Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to show you my shoulder workout. I'm going to start with my first exercise now. It's going to be with dumbbells. I'll be doing dumbbell lateral raises. Now the weight that I'm going to use is going to be 12.5 kilograms. So let's start. If you want big shoulders, this is the workout that you need to be doing. I always focus on performing the exercise with close to perfect form and the full range of motion. This is 100% something that you must be doing if you want to really trigger a lot of muscle growth. You can't just do partials. You can't skip any part of the range of motion. You're going to leave gains on the table. So always do the full range of motion with very good form. Work on learning how to perform the exercises with good form. Lower the weight if you have to. Leave your ego at the door. That's really going to benefit you. It's also, when you're doing the full range of motion with very good form, you'll be forced to use a lighter weight because you're not as strong as you think you are, and it's going to prevent injuries in the long term and in the short term. So learn from that. Let's start with the second set of lateral raises. Now if you're wondering about rest times in between sets, I would say for most people between 2 to 3 minutes is going to be very close to optimal, very close to perfect. Like the perfect amount of rest you're going to need to really perform very well on all of your sets. I personally rest between 3 to 5 minutes. And I feel like it really helps me with my training performance on all of my sets. All of the muscle fibers, they have plenty of rest time, and that's how I can actually get a little bit more training response from my training. Some extra muscle growth if I rest a little bit more, but not too much where I lose the pump, because I actually found out that the pump is really connected to your training performance. If you keep the pump all the time, it's going to really improve your performance. But that's, in the first place, you need to actually get that pump, and then don't lose it. So too much rest time, over 5 minutes, I would say, not a very good idea, because your training performance is going to suffer. So keep it in between, not too short but not too way too long rest times. Okay, second set. Let's push that set hard. take off my sets to failure on when I'm training shoulders. It really helps me. There's some extra muscle growth. Third set. Before I start with my third set, I want to give you a tip about building bigger shoulders. Now, a lot of people might be thinking that they need crazy amounts of different exercises like front raises with dumbbells first, then do the same exercise with cables, a barbell. You don't need all of that. Obviously some professional bodybuilders do it, but you don't need like way too many different exercises to build a muscle group. For example, for the shoulders, yes, the shoulders are a little bit more complex. A little bit more complex muscle group because it consists of 3 different parts. The front delt, side delt and the rear delt. Now for each part of the shoulder you need to do a different exercise, but that's only like 3 different exercises or 4 exercises. You don't need 10 different exercises with cables, machines. Personally, I really like, for the side delt, I really like the dumbbell lateral raises. You don't need to do both dumbbells and cables. It's not necessary. Is it helpful? Maybe, but it depends. It really depends. I would say it's not going to make a big difference. But again, it depends. I finish with some partials, not too much. So if you're wondering about how many sets I usually do per exercise, I would say 5 sets. I do 5 sets per exercise variation. I might do 2 different very close exercise variations. For example, I might do 5 sets on the wide grip flat bench press with the barbell, and then I might do another 5 sets of the close grip flat bench press again with the barbell. So it's 10 total sets of the bench press, but they're different exercises. 2 different exercises, but they're very close variations. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to start with 5 sets of lateral raises. This is going to be my 4th set now. Again, I'm going to keep using the same weight, 12.5 kilograms, to keep the tension on the shoulders all the time. Some people say that, again from experience, that a little bit higher reps are probably better, but I believe that the perfect approach is to use every tool in the toolbox. Not just limit yourself to only using one tool, for example. So yeah, I might finish my workout with a bunch of very high rep sets of lateral raises. I really need to work on my shoulders because of my genetically wider waist. Also genetically I hold a little bit more fat on my obliques, on the side of my abs. So that's why I need to compensate by actually working more on my shoulders. And then I'm going to lose that body fat and things are going to get balanced. I was set on dumbbell water raises. Let's make the set count. Then I'm going to move on to my next exercise I'm going to show you. It's going to be with a barbell. This is how I'm performing my water raises with close to perfect form. Just let me show you. I'm not shaking, I'm not swinging the weights, not using momentum. The shoulders are doing all the work. Now I'm moving on to my next shoulder exercise. This is one of the best shoulder builders. It's going to work the whole shoulder girdle, all three parts of the shoulders, but it's going to be primarily side and front delt exercise. Again, done with the barbell. I'll be lifting 45 kilograms for slightly higher reps. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with slightly wider than shoulder width grip. Again, the focus is on doing the exercise with very good form and the full range of motion. I'll probably lower the weight a little bit. Lower the weight. Stay in that 10 to 15 rep range. I believe is like the perfect rep range for this exercise. So that's why I prefer to be in that rep range. Again, heavy enough to really stimulate a lot of muscle growth, but it's not like too heavy. That is going to impact the form and the range of motion. Because lifting too heavy, I believe that it might negatively impact your form and your range of motion. So that's why it's a lot better to actually use a lighter weight, stay in that 10 to 15, even 12 to 16 rep range. Do slightly higher reps, but focus on performing the exercise with very good form, and I believe it's going to make a big difference. As you can see so far, I'm really focusing on the intensity of my workouts. I really care about the quality of my volume that I'm doing, the set quality, it has to be high all the time. This is like the driver of muscle growth, in my opinion. The number one driver of muscle growth is actually training very hard, meaning when people they hear training hard, they assume that it's cheating the weight up. They think it's forced reps. They believe ego lifting, for example, on the bench press. When they hear hard training, they, in their heads, they think I have to use leg drive to do more forced reps. I'm going to do an arch to lift more weight, to do more reps, to train, to take the set beyond failure. And here's what's going to happen. If you keep doing that, at first you might be lucky, but if you keep doing that, you're going to get injured and you won't be able to lift weights anymore, or you have to take a very long time of training to recover, to heal, and it's not going to be fun, because that's not hard training. There's another word for this type of training that I'm not going to say, but it's not smart. It's not smart, it's something else. It's bad, and here's what smart training and hard training actually is. You use very good form on all of your movements, on all of your exercises, close to perfect form. You do the full range of motion. You don't cheat. You don't use someone to help you lift more. You don't use leg drive. You don't do an arch. You don't do partials. You leave your ego at the door, and you actually take the set very close to failure. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. Leave your ego at the door, please. Okay, this weight feels a lot better now. I can actually lift it a lot higher, so increased range of motion is going to benefit me, even if I have to use a lighter weight. As you can see, very high quality set. That's what my workouts are all about. Okay, now if you're wondering about if you need a shoulder day, it depends. If you have enough time, you can maybe have a shoulder day, like a special workout for shoulders only, and you do a lot more volume for your shoulders, different exercises. Yes, if you don't have enough free time, maybe you don't need like a special shoulder day. Just you can train, you can do a few shoulder exercises on different days. That's all you need. Now if you're a professional bodybuilder that really cares about his physique, yes, a shoulder day can absolutely help. To be honest, I don't really have like a shoulder day, because I always train multiple muscle groups a day, and to be honest, with how complex the shoulders are, like they're a very big muscle, 3 different parts, a lot of different functions, each part does something else, so that's why you can treat the shoulders as multiple muscle groups, but I don't really do it, because again, when you're doing a big exercise like upright rows, for example, you're not only working one part of the shoulder. So let's start. Now I'm going to move my grip a little bit closer. I like to rotate my grips on this exercise, work all different parts of the shoulder, all the muscle fibers, and some extra forearms too. I mean, it's cool when you're with a t-shirt, when you have nice forearms usually, and if you're a little bit leaner, the veins, they pop out more. It's a very nice look. I mean, if you care about attention from other people, might be cool. To be honest, my physique is mostly about YouTube, making a name for myself on social media and YouTube. So that's why I'm so serious with my training and my physique. I mean, I won't care like so much if it wasn't for YouTube, but now that I'm building a channel, have over 2,000 subscribers right now, I'm very serious about everything. So I believe for me it's important to do everything I can to maximize absolutely everything.